In this video, I'll be tying a mayfly pattern that I call a hollow split case emerging nymph. This fly pattern has two unique qualities. It's easy to tie and it's outstanding performer on the water as a nymph or an emerger. This is one of the fly patterns that I keep in a special box that I titled Flies That Hunt Fish. So let's get started. For this demonstration, I'll be tying a size 18 blue wing olive baetis hollow split case emerging nymph. We'll begin by securing a TMC size 18, size 18 100 hook into the vise. And for this pattern, we'll be using 16-aught Vivus thread olive. We're going to secure the thread onto the hook with a jam knot. We're going to lay thread base all along the shank of the hook. Helps hold on the material. Next, we're going to be using Cote de Leon feather, Bravo color, and we're going to rip off probably about 5 or 6 fibers from the feather, and we're going to measure along the shank of the hook, and we want the length of the tail to be half the length of the shank. We will secure those fibers on with a pinch wrap down to the bend of the hook, and then one wrap around underneath the tail fibers, and then bringing the thread back to the thorax or the eye of the hook. For the abdomen, we're going to be using moose mane natural color fibers. Take one fiber, we're going to cut off about 1 inch down at the tip and tie the fiber in along the shank of the hook down to the bend. Turn the thread back up towards the thorax or to the eye of the hook, and now we're going to wrap ever so gently the moose mane fiber clockwise around the shank of the hook to make the abdomen. This will lay down flat, the moose mane, giving a nice segmented abdomen body. The color of this natural moose mane is more of a olive gray color, which makes it nice for a blue wing olive baetis type body. And we'll tie off the moose mane with a couple of wraps behind and in front and cut off the tag end. After securing that in, the moose mane, we're going to be putting on the wing cases, and we're going to be using Holo black medium tensile. We're going to secure a piece of the stencil on each side of the thorax, a couple of gentle wraps, and then pull the tinsel in even on one side. And then again on the other. Pull it in. Now you can secure the tinsel in with a little bit firmer wraps or tighter wraps. And here you want to check your proportions. You want the thorax to be about 1/3 the length of the fly. Once you've got that proportions lined up, then you're going to put down the inside of the wing case, which will be a yellow razor foam, 1/2 millimeter in thickness. You want to cut a strip about 2 millimeter wide, like so, and lay that down on top of the thorax of the fly. Tie it in, and again be minded of your proportions. And once you get that all secured up, then you can build a thread body for the thorax. Just get a good bump of thread. After you've finished doing that, you want to bring the razor foam forward and with a little tension, ever so slightly, and tie it in about one eyelet down from the eye of the hook. A couple of wraps behind, a couple of wraps in front, and then cut off the tag end of the razor foam, leaving a little bit of a bump, which will help you secure the wing case Holo tinsel, and also will help you secure in the legs for this fly pattern. Bring both pieces of the tinsel forward, put a little tension on them, make sure they're covering the edges of the razor foam along the side, and you got the yellow sticking out at the very top, giving you a split case. A couple of wraps in behind, a couple of wraps in front, and then one more wrap from behind. Now we're ready to put the legs on, which is basically the last step for this fly. And you want to go back to the Coq de Leon feather and pull out about 4 or 5 stiff fibers. And secure them on the far side for the legs. Secure another 4 or 5 fibers for the other side. Gently tie them in. After you get them secured in, just pinch the legs of the fibers along the side of the body of the fly and cut off the excess material. Now you want to just form a nice neat head for the fly. Grab your whip finisher. Make 2 or 3 wraps. Cut off the thread. Trim down the legs about the middle of the abdomen. And lastly, a little dab of glue on the head to secure everything. Run a feather through to clear out the eye. And we're done. This is a great fly to use as a bottom fly on a nymphing rig. When you're using it as the bottom fly on a nymphing rig, it just sort of flutters right through the water column. Or also you could be using this fly trailing a parachute as an emerger during a blue wing olive or Baetis hatch. I believe the effectiveness of this fly is due to the abdomen's slender design and the Holo tensile wing case. Hey, thanks for watching.